All right, joining me now is my guy, Mike Reiss from ESPN. Good to see you, my friend.
Great to be with you, Steve.
Let's go over the guys I just talked about. Stefon Diggs left here without signing a deal. I don't like that. I'm just telling you right now, I don't like it.
I understand. And, Steve, I have to tell you, one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL. So I am right there with you because I think he would be a great Patriot, one of the best route-running receivers in the NFL.
Does he come with baggage, though?
Well, so that's a whole other thing. Let's get into it. But I think he had some issues in Minnesota.
Yep.
He had some issues in Buffalo. Everyone I talked to in Houston loved him last year. Not just on the field, but leadership-wise. So
okay.
I would make the comparison to, and not the same, but there were a lot of questions about Randy Moss coming in 2007. And again, I'm not comparing Stefon Diggs to Moss. That's not fair.
Right.
No one compares to Randy Moss, right? But the idea that sometimes the perception, Steve, of a player, yes, it was one thing at one point, but it can change in the right situation. So I had a coach tell me, Steve, that Stefon Diggs was one of the favorite players he's coached because he loves to practice, he plays hard, and he wants to win. To me, that sounds like a Mike Vrabel type player.
So was that a Pat's decision not to sign him, or was it Diggs' decision not to sign the dotted line?
So I think right now, my read on it, Steve,
right.
I don't have all the information,
right.
but I think my sense of it is the Patriots wanted to see how his knee is doing after the torn ACL. He had the surgery.
Right.
Now, he tore the ACL late October. So if you sign him, he's not ready to practice right now. So you got to project it out, get more information, and keep talking.
Okay.
So I think there's just more steps that need to happen going forward, and I think they will keep talking.
Hate to see David Andrews go. Love that guy. Absolutely love that guy.
Yeah.
But new center in town.
Garrett Bradbury of the Minnesota Vikings, and he was a first-round pick in 2019, Steve. But I would say the Vikings actually wanted to upgrade themselves, so that's part of this situation. But I believe Garrett Bradbury is an upgrade for the Patriots based on what they have. Look, they've got to build this thing up, Steve. They need more pieces. The fact he became available, I think, is actually a little bit of a coup for the Patriots. A little bit undersized at center, 300 pounds sometimes, can get a little overpowered by the big defensive tackles, but he can move. I think he's a good fit. He's smart for Josh McDaniels' offense.
Mike Vrabel likes his guys.
Oof.
So he's bringing another guy, Gibbons.
Jack Gibbons. Dr. Gibby, Steve, he called him. Because here's why. Jack Gibbons, undrafted free agent out of University of Minnesota a couple years back when Vrabel was coach of the Titans. Gibbons is answering all these questions that Vrabel's throwing at him. And so Vrabel goes, what kind of call you Dr. Gibby? And so Gibbons says to Vrabel, Coach, you know I wasn't a pre-med major. He took him literally, right? But so smart,
Yep.
a Vrabel clone in the fact he wore number 50, like Vrabel. Okay. So this is Vrabel bringing in his guys, his program, going to reflect what Vrabel wants.
Okay, so they shore up the defense.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what about the offense? Because now are they boxed in when it comes to this draft in attacking the offense?
Well, if they do what you want them to do and what I want them to do and sign Stefon Diggs, maybe they're not boxed in. But, Steve, I don't see how you're not offensive heavy in this draft. You still got the need at left tackle. Still got the need at left guard to a lesser degree. Still got the need at receiver. I probably should have mentioned receiver either first or second.
Yes, because I want Diggs and I want Travis Hunter.
And I love where you're going, Steve, because even if you sign Diggs, that takes the edge off in a sense.
Right.
But you still need more. And if Hunter's there at 4, Steve, that to me, I mean, now you had Diggs, you had Hunter. Now we got a whole different conversation because what they have right now, Steve, it feels like they haven't done enough. And I think everyone would look at that and say the same thing. It's hard for me to believe that they're not looking at it the same way.
Do they take Travis Hunter at 4 if he's there, or is it too much risk of him playing both positions? So that he's not a full-time receiver, and can he route run?
Yeah, Steve. I think if he's available at 4,
you take him.
They don't just take him. They do that whole take the card. Like, don't even wait until the
last minute.
Just run the card as fast up to the podium as Travis Hunter would run it. He can route run. He's 6 foot, 188 pounds. I know you're a little concerned maybe about the durability.
Yeah.
But just play him at receiver.
He can catch.
Play him at receiver because Steve, at corner you got Christian Gonzalez, you got Carlton Davis.
2 of the best corners in the league.
I think they're going to be great. You put him at receiver, make him a full-time receiver, and people that study this stuff more than me say, can you imagine? I mean, what he did in college playing both ways, but you let him focus on one thing. Think about the ceiling on that. To me, that would be so exciting, Steve, to have him. And people that study this more than me say the character is great. You're getting a great kid. So to me, you just hope he's there at 4. You need 2 quarterbacks to go in the first 3.
Speaking of quarterbacks, take me inside Drake May's mind right now, because he's saying, okay, they build up one side of the team, but I need help. I need help.
Yeah, it's fun, Steve. I don't know. You get on Instagram and you see who he's following. He's following Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs is following him. So I think part of his mindset is, hey, maybe I need to recruit some more of my help here, right?
Get some help.
And I think he knows, like, this is not necessarily the finished picture, and there's more work to be done, and I think he wants to be a recruiter in a sense to try to get it going a little bit.
Good stuff, my man.
Love it, Steve. Great being with you.
You're the best. Mike Reiss.